I'd like to welcome my audience. Thank you for being here today. 7 years ago, I didn't expect that I would be part of a scene that would forever take me out of my driving comfort zone. I always considered myself a good driver, thinking if I just stay in my lane and control my actions, I would always be okay. But a driver in the next lane traveling 15 miles over the speed limit began to drift into my lane with force. I was talking and enjoying my music when reality hit. I had no time to plan. As it almost hit me, I took a quick wheel shift to the shoulder, avoided the hit, but lost control of my car. The combination of speed and the quick action caused me to spin, almost flipping over, facing oncoming traffic. How could I have avoided or have been ready to face something like this? Well, now that you're aware of my topic and my reasons for discussing it, let's look at the problem that all drivers face on a daily basis. Driver distraction has become a major road safety issue. According to M.A. Regan, an author in the book Driver Distraction Theory, Effects, and Mitigation, he revealed that it's estimated up to 23% of crashes and near crashes are caused by driver distraction, and these figures will likely increase as more and more distractions both inside and outside the vehicle compete for driver attention. Distraction is a breakdown of multi-level control, and we're exposed to driver distractions even if we're not driving. Dr. Linda Angel, an author from the book Performance Metrics for Assessing Driver Distraction, The Quest for Improved Road Safety, was able to conclude after working with many scientists and experts, an important finding from research in the last decade is that driver distraction affects many aspects of our driving behavior: visual behavior, lane keeping, headway keeping, and so forth. Also, the National Highway Safety Traffic Administration has placed a high priority on driver distraction and created some new federal rules with the goal of reducing crashes and issues. Now that we know that driver distraction has become a major road safety issue, I want to explore some of the common causes. They basically fall under the lack of situational awareness. Texting while driving, for one, as an example, impairs a driver's abilities. Michael Austin, a writer who conducted research and tests for Car and Driver magazine on texting, in an article entitled Texting While Driving, How Dangerous Is It?, posted the description that, like most folks, they think they're pretty good drivers, just like I felt. Our results prove otherwise at both city and highway speeds. The key element to driving safely is keeping your mind and eye on the road. Text messaging distracts any driver from that primary task. There are many other distractions that we are regularly affected by inside the vehicle, including eating and drinking, reaching or looking for something, manipulating vehicle controls, and conversing with passengers. Jay Stutz and some other writers for the Accident Analysis and Prevention Journal had a series that came out on drivers' exposure to distractions in their natural driving environment. And he mentioned that it reported that driver distraction is one form of driver inattention and is claimed to be a contributing factor in over half of the inattention crashes. And as far as even communicating with our passengers in the car, research compiled by Christy Young, Michael Regan, and Mike Hammer with Monash University Accident Research Center put together a report entitled Driver Distraction, a Review of the Literature. And they summarized that presence of passengers increases crash risk. So we know the common causes. Let's review a recommended solution that covers so many different areas. And this is defensive driving techniques. There's an editorial that was handled by Ray Hogan that was in an article entitled Defensive Driving Techniques. The Eyes Have It. You can find it on the streetdirectory.com site. He said, look as far down the road as possible and use a scanning motion to take in and analyze everything that's happening around you or close enough to be a hazard. And when you quickly scan your vehicle, you can notice things that need adjusting, maybe the tires, pressure, the mirrors, and also paying attention to traffic conditions. Look ahead 15 to 20 seconds or more, and also actively scan around your vehicles, not relying on your mirrors, especially when dealing with pedestrians or changing lanes. You need to physically, at times, turn your head around and look. And also driving conditions, it's important that we adjust to that, because at 35 miles per hour we can experience hydroplaning, even be affected by high gusts of wind. And there was a news article published by the National Safety Council. It was entitled Driving Defensively at the nsc.org site. And they mentioned that driving defensively means not only taking responsibility for yourself and for your actions, but also keeping an eye out for the other guy. So we have to make responsible choices in the best interest of ourselves and others, being responsible with cell phones, texting and driving, people who are following us closely. Look for actions where we may need to call in the police to get involved if someone looks impaired. But overall, in conclusion, we may be considered a skilled, a good driver. We have to remember that driver distraction is a major safety issue, because the situational awareness that people should have is lacking in many drivers. And we can find and benefit from all the practical advice to help us become better defensive drivers. And as I stand here before you today as one whose comfort zone almost cost the life of myself and others, I implore all of you to make it your priority to accept the practical guidance and warnings that have been put before us, and put forth a greater effort than you ever have before to always be alert to daily driving distractions and be ready to drive defensively.